Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my precious pack, and welcome back once more to VEGA Conflict. And we have the Obsidian targets, starting with the 103, the 105, and the 107. Now, as many of you saw from the title, these are all free repair time fights using the Elite Segfault against the targets for the Operator. And I have to say, I am loving phasing version 2.0 because it allows stuff like this to happen now. And the only major damage you're going to be taking is from those Operators at the beginning. That's it. The repair times were 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 55 seconds. And I play very cautiously. Oh, and another thing, every single one of these attacks, each of the targets, they were all completed in a single attack. Didn't have to attack more than once. So free repair time, one attack, using a single ship. Well, a dreadnought. And even then, as you can see, I'm not really using the dreadnought to fight. I'm using the drones. And it is actually functioning the way that I love seeing the drones function. Spreading out so they only lose one or two groups like that. One group dies, the other three get to close in. Now, in one of the later fights against the 107, you will see the epitome of poor programming. Well, not poor programming, a poor AI, Pathfinder, whatever you want to call it, when every single drone launches and flies on the same path. And it takes up the majority of the first portion of the fight against the 107. Waiting for the drones to die, because they make it to the target, but they're all still alive, but they've got next to no health. But each of the targets in the fight, as you can see, you don't really have to worry about them because you use the Segfault while it's in phase as a decoy, then run away with it by hanging it out, and you're good. How do you get an Elite Segfault? Well, I'm going to have to start hitting some of the targets, probably the DDoS, because it's the same ones I hit with the Zeus's to get my Segfault up to Elite before the Orator was ever released. I'm going to take the Elite Orator and I'm going to start checking into them. And as for the video revolving around the improved armor fittings for the Umbra tutorial of mine for the Overseer targets, I've looked at most of these ships that were talked about, and most of the fittings, all you have to do is refit them with a Shockwave Thonian armor, and you'll be fine. And that's the thing that I was actually testing out not too long ago. And surprisingly it works, and I was reducing their repair time further. And in the video against the 110 or the 120, it was like the most difficult one. I reduced their repair time by nearly a third for switching out the armor. Even though the actual repair value went down, the actual durability went down as well, but the resistance was there to help tank the damage. And for each of the fights, the best way to look at it is, even if you don't take that much damage from explosive, just look at the fittings I recommend, and then consider the targets you're fighting, and look for their equal resistant armor. And yes, now I'm just staring at the screen, watching the fight continue on. Next up, 105, and again, the same tactic as before, except for now there's two additional ships. Two more Valravens. And the first one was for the Operator Mark II, this is for the Mark III, and the 107 will be for the Mark IV. And I can actually farm them reliably. And again, trying to destroy them before you exit phase is such a necessity with this fight, because you want to take free or no repair time. And the primary damage you're going to be taking is going to be from those Operators at the beginning, and if you can tag them just right, you will have very few to no issues with taking damage, because as you can see, just run away most of the time and let the drones do the work, so long as they spread out like they typically would. You'll have no issues at all. But it's late, I'm tired, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out for all of you. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut it off here for myself. I'm just going to leave a couple quick tips. Yeah. First, The reason I always stop to go in and begin charging these the gargoyles, as you noticed, because I stop and I strafe, it's to exit phase, begin charging, and begin moving again, so that I can have a full phase pool when I enter its firing arc, or close to full, and that's to minimize the amount of time that I'm out of phase when I'm not in their firing arc, because the intention is only be hit while you're in phase, so that they do no damage to your vehicle, chassis, whatever you want to call it, the ship, and run away when you're not in phase. But due to phasing 2.0, it isn't that hard, as you can see, to just run away, tank a shot or two, and continuously run. Gargoyles, everything like that. Everything is here that you need to just basically watch. So, again, like I said before, I'm truly going to end it here. So, be safe out in the void, happy hunting, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.
Target acquired.